Hello. Hi, two people. I know Heather's one. Hi, three people. Good evening. Happy Tuesday evening. Well, I hope it's happy. I don't know. Kind of weird. Yeah, you know that craft fair was supposed to be October 24th, and they called me just the last night or the night before, I forget, and said, well, we're going to have to cancel it, so you'll get your money back. Hi, Terry from Port Angeles, Washington. Oh, welcome. So, you guys are, where is Nova Scotia? That's on the east side, right? So, you're on the opposite end of the country, too. Hi, Nix. Hi, everybody. Thank you all for joining. Hang on. I have to write a message. Oops. So sorry. Okay. How is everyone doing? Yeah, I knew it was Canada, but I get confused on Nova Scotia. I thought Nova Scotia was east because your time zone seemed the same. So are you, Terry, are you affected by those fires and stuff? Because it's Oregon, Washington, and California, right? Hopefully not. Hopefully not. I feel so bad for those people. You made $70. Well, at least you made $70. Was that before or after taking off the table fee or however they do it there? Oh my goodness. It's hard, and I think still a lot of people aren't coming out yet to things like that. I don't know. Oh, well, that's not bad. Yeah, mine was going to be 35, so I'll get my $35 back, which is good because my little jewelry business doesn't have much in its bank account anymore. Right, exactly. And then if you take off all your labor and everything, yeah, you can't even count that. I mean, you should, but yeah, it's hard. It's hard to make a go of it. And then I have an Etsy shop, but I haven't done anything with it lately. And then I just got a notice today that they're changing the policies again, so I need to read that and see what's going on with that. Yeah, cards don't sell well for me, and that's why I tend not to sell them because jewelry does a lot better for me. But I do still, I take, when I go, I take catalogs and stuff because I have actually gotten a new good customer by taking catalogs and talking about Stampin' Up at my jewelry show. Hi, Justine. We're not really started yet. We're just chit-chatting. Yes, I do. I keep separate bank accounts and separate spreadsheets and stuff for both businesses, Stampin' Up and my Dahlia Designs jewelry, and then my personal stuff. So that's why, like when I do destashes, some of them were like SU and a number that was all Stampin' Up, and that all went in my Stampin' Up bank account. You still might be paying me like the PayPal and stuff, but all three of my accounts are set up linked to that so that I can put it in the right account when it comes in or pay out of the right account. Awesome. Yeah, your earrings and stuff, those are really pretty. So, yep. And for tax purposes, I have to keep it all separate because my Dahlia Designs jewelry actually does have a sales tax ID in my state. So I have to do reports on that even when they're zero. Hi, Michelle. You haven't missed a thing. We haven't really started yet. You're very much affected by the fires. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Well, you kind of have to be, Nix. It's that, it's that accounting degree and detail mine to mine, I guess, which is good and bad. Well, please be safe, and if you have to leave or something, don't try and stay on here for us, but my thoughts go out to you. I just ugh. And speaking of that, guys, I know I miss Sunday stamping again, and I just have to say, with everything going on in the world right now, I can't seem to get myself out of this funk. Now, today, I managed to come up and get my cards on the 15th done and my stuff ready for tonight. I have 4 cards for tonight. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, that's bad too, but I hope that's all it is for you, is the air quality and not the worst part, which, losing your home or something. I know, Heather, but I feel like I'm letting people down. I haven't been consistent lately, and I need to get better about that. Exactly, Michelle. I'm praying also that the fires and the storm down in Louisiana and Mississippi and all that, and everything else that's just going on, it just gets to me. And I'll just say this, it sort of feels like, crafting is like my lowest priority compared to what we all should be doing to get ready for whatever is coming, if you know what I mean. So I have a little bit of a prepper in me, and I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to get off on that tangent. Well, yeah, but you have that excuse. You have a job. I have this job, and well, I have a going out of business soon little jewelry business. If I ever get around to selling stuff. Hi, Philomena. So anyway, that's my spiel, and please bear with me. Hopefully I'll eventually get out of this. I really enjoy doing this stuff when I get my butt up the steps to do it. Yes, we do need each other. That is for sure. So, and anyway, just well wishes and thoughts and prayers to everybody affected by all the weather things and the riots and the craziness that's going on in the world right now. I just absolutely, Terry. I can't even imagine that. And or floods. It's like one extreme or the other, right? So I don't I I don't know which would be worse. Drowning doesn't sound like fun, and nor does being burnt up, but I don't know. Anyway, all right, off that horrible subject. We're here to have fun. And that's right. There's just so much. And exactly, Philomena, for the entire world. And give us all strength to get through the rest of this year, and who knows, whatever's coming, right? Okay, that's it. Now we're on to fun. Gonna have some fun. I hope. So, Justine's party is still going on, so please, please, please don't forget that. If there's anything you see tonight or have seen in the past or know that you want, now's the time to get it to help Justine out. It goes through the 29th. Her host code is 9YTX7KT2. I still haven't even gotten that in pretty form. So, thank you guys. So please don't forget that. And yeah, let's help Justine have a great party. It's hard, we haven't increased at all since last week. So we need a few more sales, guys. Okay. And if you're interested in paper pumpkin, I don't know where to go with this stuff. Then the one that is available for October is going to be called Joy to the World. It will make 8 cards, 8 elegant holiday cards. And the sentiments are going to be in 3 languages and it is English, French, and German, with the intent that you may be able to send things to a pen pal in their language. Or not. You can just send to your family and friends. So obviously it's a holiday kit. It has pine cones and pine boughs up here. Joy to the World. So I'm looking forward to getting that one. And by October, I'll be starting to get into my Christmas stuff more. September, I'm trying to focus a little more on fall and Halloween, but we do have one sort of Christmassy card tonight too. Okay, and then the last thing is September 30th is coming around to an end soon. So don't forget, if you're interested in signing up to be a demonstrator, and even if it's just to get the discount that we get on all the products, which are yummy, and the ability to order things earlier than other people, you can sign up just to do that. There is a minimum quota, and I'll be happy to talk about that with you. It's not that bad, really, based on how much I kind of see a lot of people spending everywhere else anyway. So, and this month only, in addition to your normal starter kit, you also get Queen Anne's lace stamp set, So Much Love stamp set. These are in the annual catalog. The Rhinestone Basic Jewels, and pre-cut cardstock in Granny Apple Green and Coastal Cabana. Beautiful colors, which I'll just show you. This is Granny Apple Green, and this is Coastal Cabana. So there's bright, beautiful colors, which you're actually showing right here. So I didn't need to pull them out. Yeah, think outside the envelope. Right, right. That would be fun. What would be fun? Okay, well, I'm going to try and bring on the fun. So, yes, if anybody'd like to join up, please email me. I'm going to put in because somebody asked for my email last week, but I didn't get one. So I thought, well, maybe it was typed in wrong. I don't know. Oops. So here it is, but it's always down below my videos as well, sort of down towards the bottom of the description, which is a long description. I know. Sorry about that too. So with that, let's get started. We're going to be doing 2 cards using the Celebrate Sunflowers bundle, which I love. And I don't know if you all watch Craft Our Paper Stash Cards. Ms. Stamp Girl Page, who may not be able to be here tonight. Anyway, she did some beautiful cards with this stamp and die set. Not necessarily the papers I'm going to be using, but yeah. So there's more options if you look at hers after we're done here. Oh, it really is a gorgeous set. You can do so much. And I made the cards pretty simple tonight, but they still look pretty nice. And I do bring in some other things as well. So let me just put them aside for a second and show you the first card. Here is the first card. We are also, now with my Craft Our Stash, I was concentrating on the Flowers for Every Season Designer Series paper, and I'm still using that. It has all these pretty papers in it, and yeah, anyway. I was trying to concentrate this on the 15 cards for the 15th on summer and spring, but this evening we're going to be concentrating on fall and the holidays. Oh, the pen pal, someone in their language. Yes, it would be, wouldn't it? As long as they could also reciprocate in English. Yeah, I'm behind in watching videos too. I did watch the ones for today for the Craft Our Paper Stash. So anyway, this is what we're going to be doing. So we pulled out Cinnamon Cider is the base card color. And it's just the regular A2, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Now Justine does a lot of things, not cards. She can make cards. She says she's not a card maker, but she can. But she makes beautiful journals and things like that. So, okay. Now, let me explain here. This is a piece out of the Flowers for Every Season. This is one of the ones I used this morning on these cards. So that's that paper. But we're going to use the other side and use it as a background. Oops. Sorry, everything's falling here. So this is just cut 5 1/4 by 4. And I forgot to get another glue out. So I'm going to be using Contraband and my seal. We're going to use seal on this. Oops, got a little sticky there. There we go. So I'm still trying to get used to the seal one. The seal plus. Yeah, I like it too. 5 days a week schedules. Yeah. Well, that's, I mean, yeah, you can schedule them to go up at a certain time without having to be live. And then that would work. Just do it whenever. Yeah, it's hard when you have young ones. I know Brandy has a little boy that just started, I think, preschool or kindergarten or something, and she's homeschooling. So that's a left-handed crafter. So I know, but, you know, do what you have to do. And that way, if you did that, then at least they'd be out there. Okay. So the next thing is, you know, I've used this a lot. If I can find out what I did with it. Here it is. This is the Celebration Tidings I've been using quite a lot of. And what I did for this card is I used, let me see which one. Nope, this one. The second largest one. And I used this paper, which has beautiful sunflowers also on the back. Paige was away, and I don't know if she got back in time today, so I'm not sure. Brandy, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of depends on what goes on in her life. So, and like I said, I haven't been super consistent, so, you know. Anyway, what I did is I just cut that in half, because remember, these can be, I love this set, by the way. These can be bag toppers too, which I've made 1 or 2 of in the past. So I just took it where the little notch was, cut it in half, and I used half on this card up here, and we're going to use the other half on this card. So let's go ahead and glue that down with our seal. And you're supposed to use like a little quick flick of your wrist to get the seal to break, if you will, without having stringies and stuff. Okay. So that's the easiest part. Now, I actually kind of already stamped the sunflower. However, I did this on the same piece of paper, and this is the stamp off of this one. But I think I'm going to try it with the darker this time. And that stamp is this big old stamp. It's beautiful. Looks like that. Has a lot of detail, and that's in Cinnamon Cider. But we're going to color it in, in So Saffron. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Michelle. I'm glad you could make it too. You guys always make me feel better, so I should just know. Even if I have nothing and just craft with you, I should just come on. Okay, so we're going to be using So Saffron Light and Dark, and we're going to be using just, I think, the light Cinnamon Cider alcohol blend. All right, so let's actually do that first. I'm just going to actually color this in. Since it's kind of dark, we're just going to go and fill this all in. I don't want to see that white. So easy coloring. Easy coloring. And I don't really feel like I need to shade anything because they really have the shading already there. I will do a little shading with the, make sure I'm in frame, with the So Saffron. We don't have a bumblebee set of Stampin' Blends, but that is because the So Saffron and the Mango Melodies are pretty close. I think So Saffron is closer. So now I'm going to take the dark So Saffron, and I'm actually just going to go over all these lines just to emphasize a little more, maybe down in here, like, so it's going to take a little bit of time, not too much. So that's the only thing with coloring on live streams is I can't look up as much to see what you're saying. So if I miss anybody, tell me later when I look up, please. I don't mean to miss anybody intentionally. So what's the, on a positive note, we are having the most beautiful, coolish weather today. Only went up to 69 Fahrenheit. I love it. I should have, it wasn't outside. I didn't even get dressed today, guys. I'm still in my pajamas. Too much information, I know, but and I originally told my son, oh, I should get dressed and we should go out and take a walk even at lunchtime because it's only going to be like 69 degrees. He said, yeah, we should. We never did. He started getting sneezies, and I think because people were mowing lawn and stuff, and he's got allergies, and I didn't sleep well last night. I think because of all this stuff going on. Really, I let it get to me more than I should, and I know that. Anyway, so yeah, I never got dressed. But tomorrow I will force myself to shower, get dressed, all that good stuff. Tomorrow I have some household stuff to do. And then guess what I have to make? Jewelry, because I have my next collab is on the 18th, and that's also Friday. So I have to get my having fun making jewelry stuff made. Plus I still have to, did I get them all? I think so. I still have to re-update my inventory system for my jewelry. Your dog kept you up? Oh, Philomena, thank you. I know. I'm so happy. I love fall. Now, I would be happy if it stayed fall and then went right into spring. But yeah, we know that's not going to happen. So now I'm just taking the brush end actually of the light So Saffron and kind of just pulling that color. I'm actually going from the tip down because if you go too close to the line, you can go over. It's not going to matter that much because we're going to die cut it anyway. But I want the color to concentrate to still be where those darker lines are. And other people can probably color these a lot better, but I mean, the stamp is so pretty by itself. You don't really have to do a whole lot. I will say that I'm very thankful there is a die and I don't have to fussy cut. On the last card we're going to do, I almost, the last one? No, the second to the last one, the third card, I almost decided I was going to fussy cut something, and then I figured out a way where it would look how I wanted it to look without doing that. So yay. No fussy cutting tonight. Yay. Because some people love it, and that's great. I'm getting a little bit of arthritis. Not much. I don't really have pain anymore. I did for a while in my wrist and my thumb, but it has not been bad at all lately. So I can't complain. I really am doing okay health-wise considering my age. Darker is nicer, yeah. Oh, you like the darker one better than... Yeah, I think I do too. I think it just pops a little more. Right? So like I said, I stamped this first and then I stamped off and did that one. And then I thought, I was thinking I was going to do it over, stamp off again. And I thought, well, really thinking I like it better with the dark. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Now, another option for this is, well, you'll kind of see that on the next card. You can stamp this also on colored cardstock, and that creates a nice effect also. But I don't really think you kind of get the same shading that you do when you color it. So anyway, that's my story and I'm sticking with it. Did I miss anywhere? Nah, looks pretty good, right? I might just go over a couple little places. And now I think I'm going to go back and kind of pull up from the inside, just on the inner petals. So I'm so bad. I bought some mums, just 2. They were like 2 for something right at the grocery store last week. And thank you, Philomena. And they're still not in the ground. I need to plant them. Tomorrow I'm going to do that too. I'm going to plant them. Okay, so now here are the dies, and we're using this one. So let me get my magnetic plate with the right side turned up. I don't know. Some mums are and some aren't, but since they were sold at the grocery store, it really didn't say. It just said I think it did say hardy mums, and I'm pretty sure the hardy ones are the ones that are supposed to be perennials, but don't hold me to that. This morning, I ordered some heirloom seeds, both and perennial seeds and starter kits for next year. I'm going to try and garden next year. Eee, that's a scary thought, guys, but I'm going to try it. So we'll see. All right, I'm going to turn around and do this. I'll be right back. Okay. Ooh, so pretty. So pretty. So do any of you garden too? I shouldn't say too. I don't garden. I tried once or twice. Mostly container gardening, which might end up be what it is. I don't know. All right, so let's bring our one that we're working on in. Yeah, I definitely like that better too. It makes it pop more. Now what I did do is there's this little die here, and I use this paper. It's a scrap of the background, and I thought, oh, did I already stick it on there? No. I thought I already die cut it, but maybe not. Okay. Well, I thought I did, but I must be mistaken. Oh, yes, I did. Here it is, right here. I'm just going to glue that right into the middle. I just thought it made it pull out the background and make it, give it a little more something. Thank you, Justine. My mom was a great, well, in her day, she was a great gardener too. You know what, before I do that, I'm going to do one more thing. This designer paper is white in the middle, and I don't usually use my blends to do this, but I'm going to, because I just want a little bit of darker right around the edge there. I don't like that white showing. I don't know why. Now, the blends will bleed into the paper a little bit, whereas the dye markers won't so much, but I still think it looks all right. And my blends were handier. All right, let me see if I can get this glue working, because it's getting low too. I have to spend some time this weekend. Get out a new glue bottle for Stampin' Up Tombow, and now we have to, I'm going to put that up on dimensionals, but not just yet. All right, so here is a strip of Whisper White. It's a little bit shorter than this one. And it is about, I think it's about 3/4 inch thick, or wide. Yeah. So we're going to try and stamp Let's Celebrate You. And like there, yep, should still fit. And let's see. I think we'll still do it in Misty Moonlight. I have 3 giant planters, which right now are growing weeds for the 2nd or 3rd time this year. I need to get out and weed my planters. And another area of my garden thing. Am I in frame? Not at all. Okay, let's see if I can do it up here. Okay, now let's see if I can see. I'm going to give it one more shot on the other side because it looks a little bit too slanty to me. No, I don't know if I got the Y on. Okay, that one's better. Yay! Anyway, I bought heirloom seeds because heirloom seeds are supposed to be better. Like, apparently the new seeds they sell now, they're like a one and done. But heirlooms, if you save the seeds from the vegetables you get out of it, are supposed to grow and grow and grow and grow. All right, so what I've done here is I have brought out the foam adhesive sheets, which are number 152815. You get 6 sheets of 4 9/16 by 4 3/8 inch. Anyway, since this is 3/4 inch, I believe I made this like 5/8 inch. And I'm going to put that across the back of that. And then you see there's an extra piece, which we're going to cut off. And that'll go in the center of the flower here. And then I'll just surround it with some dimensionals. But let's give this a little bit of a point, not much. And we're going to use that banner Pick-a-Punch for that, which is in the mini. And let's see. We want it to be the pointy point. I didn't leave as much room. I don't think my strip is quite as long as the last one. There. It worked. So let's see. And I'm going to cut it about here. Now, what I usually do is bring out my trimmer and let's see. I'm going to cut it, let's see, I'm going to cut it about there. Now, it will not cut all the way through that, but if you flip it over after you do it once, oh, it did cut all the way through at that time. It made a liar out of me. Anyway, sometimes it will not, so then you just flip it over and cut it again, and it works fine. And that way we have a nice solid dimensional, if you will. Okay. Hi, born to be myself. Hi, Alicia. I hope you were born to be yourself and not someone else. You changed your name again, didn't you? Alicia and I have known each other for a while now from YouTube. Okay, so that's going to go over here. And let's see what, oh, our leaves. Now, I already did these, and all I did was take the stamps. There's, this is actually one stamp with 2, but it cuts out the leaves individually like that. Whereas this is obviously 1. So I just stamped them in Just Jade. And then I colored them in dark and light Just Jade. And we might not use all of these, but that's what we have. Okay. And let me get these out of the way. Hi, Brandy. We were just saying we missed you. Yes, it is. It's the Celebrate Sunflowers with the coordinating dies. It's really pretty. On the next one, we'll use this die. And, you know, I always want to do more, but I didn't get to more. We're making this card here. And this is still loose, and this is still loose. So that extra piece of foam adhesive sheet, we're going to put right there. And then we'll bring in dimensionals and just go all around it. And that makes it a little more sturdy. Okay, now let's see, which direction do I want this? I think like that. Oh. Yeah. I have to wash mine tomorrow too, but not till after I plant my mums that aren't planted yet. I just got 2 yellow ones, but I feel like I need more. I like the purple asters too, which are almost like mum, but they get like a smaller flower. All right, now these we're going to do with, I know I already put that down. It should be fine. Just going to put a glue dot on the back. You only really need one. And just tuck it in there and push. And then I'm going to get a little one and kind of tuck it in there. Oops, I didn't get that one angled as good. There we go. And push. Good enough. Flowers aren't perfect, right? And then we'll do it on the other side too. And just push down. Glue dots will hold really well. And you could curl your flower if you wanted to. I'm not going to do that tonight. Not real happy with that one. And I might put another glue dot down on this big one here. He seems to be moving. There. Okay. And now we can peel this off. And just put it right down here. I think I'm going to move it over. Yep, I like it better along the edge. Except I didn't get it straight. One nice thing about that designer paper is you can kind of see if you got it straight or not. Now, we're going to bring in these little dots. Oops. Oops, oops. And I had used the cinnamon cider on that one. I guess I'll do the same. You need to buy a mini guillotine. Oh, they don't sell them except if you're a demonstrator. Actually, I have to check and see if it's still available because I think I was in the demonstrator thing part of it today and I don't remember seeing it there, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Oh my goodness. It was available to demonstrators only for a while. Okay, so there's the outside. These are the 2020 to 2022 in color enamel dots. Magenta Madness, Just Jade, Misty Moonlight, Cinnamon Cider, and Bumblebee. Really pretty colors, as we have talked about in the past. Okay, so on the inside, I don't think I did much. No, I just put a strip of the background paper. So I just happen to have one here. And this is 5 1/4 by 4. So that's 5 1/4 by 1/2 inch. And we're just going to glue that together. Thank you, Philomena. Yeah, I got mine during celebration too. But then they kind of surprised us and were offering it for sale. But I really don't know if it still is because, like I said, I was in the demonstrator website this morning. And I don't remember seeing it there. So, and the reason I'm saying that is because they told us there was some new logo stuff. And I went and looked at it, and I think that's the same place where the guillotine was. It was like a demonstrators only thing. But I'll check again. You too. Well, Tuesday is when we get, as demonstrators, we get what they call weekly updates. Wasn't a whole lot on there today. Last week I mentioned that there will be a special coming sometime soon, and I should know more about that hopefully next Tuesday, but maybe not till next Wednesday, I think they said. So I'll let you know as soon as I can what that'll be. So that is our first card using the beautiful flowers for every season. The celebration label dies, which look like this one here, just half of a label on top, and the sunflower, one stamped off and one not, and the leaves. Okay, using the stamps. Now Let me get rid of this here first. So that's card 1. I have a couple extra leaves, but we won't be using those on the next one. So let me get this out of the way. And here is, oops. I guess I didn't do the inside of that one. Here's the next one. This one's going to be on Just Jade. And we're going to switch the paper. It's the same. I might have to cut paper, actually, guys. I do. Uh-oh. I thought I had the paper cut, but I don't. Which one, Gigi? The first one or the second? That's okay. Thank you for coming. This is the first one. And this is the second one that we're going to do right now. As soon as I find another piece of that paper. Hopefully I have one. Okay. This is the Flowers for Every Season Designer Series. Oh, yes. Phew. There we go. You get down to scraps and, you know, you don't always know if you have another sheet of the same paper. But I really thought I had cut it. And I guess I forgot to do that. Okay. So we have to cut the paper. And we're just going to cut it 5 1/4 by 4 for the floral. And let's see. All right. We'll do the 4 part first. And then 5 1/4. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Brandy. Okay, so this time we're using Just Jade, like I said. I'm going to go ahead. I'm not going to go ahead and glue that down. Okay, so the deal is this. This morning, let me see which card it was. It was, I don't remember. Maybe it was not this morning. Maybe it was the other day. Sometime in the distant, or not too distant past. Oh, yes, it was. This white background, I had used the subtle 3D embossing folder, which, by the way, guys, these older 3D folders, the sandwich has to be different. Let me show you. Little side thing. So when I did the subtle, I couldn't use this and this. I had to use 1 and 3 because it's a little thicker than the other 3D. And it's just the ones, the old, larger ones that are really, really, really thick. You have to use 1 and 3 instead of 1 and 4. But all the other 3D plates, I've been able to use 1 and 4. And I love them because they go through easy. I've also been using the self-healing side, although I need to clean it, of the magnetic plate because I had originally used the wrong side and it works really good. So I'm loving the magnetic plate too. So just so you know, if you have any of the older 3D embossing folders that are super thick, you may have to change your plates up a little bit, but there is a plate that'll work with it, just so you know. So anyway, back to my little story. I had used the subtle embossing folder on this piece. So I had 2 strips of already embossed, which you can't really tell. Wait, there we go. So I thought, well, I'm just going to use that on this card and use them up because I don't like to waste stuff. And you can't really stamp on it because it's ridgy, you know. So I don't need to wrap that around or anything, but then I decided I was going to put the Flowers for Every Season ribbon combo pack Just Jade gingham across that, and that I have to wrap around to the back. So our placement is going to be about here for the sunflower, so about 1/3 of the way down, and I'm just going to glue that and then snip it off. Okay, cutting plate. Yes, it should help save on the cutting mats to use the magnetic and the number 3. I bought an extra set of cutting plates anyway, just in case. I've decided I'm kind of going to use the magnetic one for like the more detailed stuff that I really don't want to, or something that I really can't afford to have shift at all. Oh, here we go, my neighbors again. What is, I'm going to tell them, like, take me off your list if you're going to do this every Tuesday night or every Friday night or whatever you do. Somebody's highly recommending somebody, but I don't know what because I missed that part. Okay. Now, let's bring our gingham in here. And we're going to use our Seal Plus for this. And let's see, right about there. You can kind of feel where the white is on the front, so you know if you're getting your adhesive in the right place. And then kind of turn it over and just see. I just thought that made it pop a little more against the background because the background has so much Just Jade in it. But I love the gingham. I used the yellow bumblebee gingham on a card for this morning's cards. So that's going to go on there. So let's glue that down. Yeah, it's really pretty. That's in the ribbon combo pack, and I think on the last card we'll use the twine that's in that pack. And then the other ribbon is a white, sort of like a cotton flax, I guess. I don't think they call it flax, but linen, I guess they call it. Something like that. So now that can go down because we have our ribbon on there. Okay. Now it's time to do our sunflower. So we're going to stamp that big sunflower in Bumblebee on Bumblebee. Actually, I lie. We're going to do it in Cinnamon Cider on Cinnamon Cider on Bumblebee. Yes, you do need to get that ribbon combo. It's really pretty. Let me see if I can tell you what the other one is. Okay, so the ribbons in the combo are this one, and this one, which is Misty Moonlight with silver and white. This one is called Faux Linen Ribbon. Really pretty too. And then the Just Jade Gingham 3/8 inch. Those are the three in the Flowers for Every Season ribbon combo pack. So I didn't use the white one tonight. And I'll put my gingham one away. There we go. Okay. So anyway, we're going to stamp Cinnamon Cider on Bumblebee. And then we're going to die cut it. Okay. And these are the red rubber, and they stamp really well. So pretty. I think I stamped off the other time, but I'm not going to do that again. I'm going to see if I like it better not stamped off. Okay. Now we have to die cut that. And then also, oh gosh. Here we go. I'm going to hide my phone on the floor or something. It's not going to help. It's just, okay. Now we also are going to die cut, let me get the dies. We're going to die cut this, which will do the outline and the center out of Cinnamon Cider. And then here is the die that we're going to use to cut the flower I just stamped. Everything's falling. Everything's falling. So, magnetic plate. Where are you? I will use the magnetic plate, especially for that one, but let's do this one first. So, and the way I put this on is I look for these. There's three that are sort of curved petals. I look for them first. And then there you have it. But I don't have it on the mat good. There we go. So I'm going to go die cut that. Oh, I forgot to put the 2 plate down. Silly me. So when you're die cutting, you mostly need the plate 1, plate 2, and either your magnetic plate or plate 3, and then a 3 on top. And they're all numbered, which is wonderful. Here the magnetic is numbered number 5. And there we have it. Now we're going to do this one. And the reason I said it's important for this one to be on here is because all these little pieces pop out. So they'll stay on the plate, which will be good for me for now. And if you watch Stamp Girl from her video this morning, she actually saved all those bits. She cut it out of 2 different colors and then inlaid one of the colors inside the other. Really pretty. I did that once a long time ago. I did not do that for tonight because that would take us forever, and I didn't want to be here all night just gluing little pieces down. I could have done it ahead of time, I guess. I'll show you what I mean. So the die comes off really easy. There's our paper. And here's our outline. Oop, I guess they don't all stay in place. Look how easy they popped out, though. And I'm just going to scoot that under the desk to the trash bin and brush them off. I should have a fabric softener sheet that would help. And there's my paper, my plate. So now an option for this would be to do that using the adhesive sheets, but since I failed at that miserably last week, I didn't want to do that. I am just popping out a few of the little cinnamon cider circles in the center. Didn't pump all the way out, but they're out and they're all over my desk, but that's okay. And I still have the tip to my brush, the pointy thing. Okay, I missed something. Okay. Oh, yeah, Paige's card. Yeah. Okay, so then this just lines up right over that. I think that's beautiful. And I'm going to use the fine tip glue to put it down. Starting in here, maybe starting in here, my glue will work. You could also use glue dots on this part, but then you still have to do this. And how I do it is I just take a few little dots here and there, like the intersecting parts, and a couple's on the tips so that they don't peel up. And you may have to go back and re-adhere a couple of the tips if you miss any and they look like they're sticking up, but not too hard to do. Another way you could do this is get a little glue on your silicone mat, put it on a sponge, and dab it on the back very gently so you don't like glob it on. And then we're just going to glue it down. Now, this glue will dry clear. I don't have that on good. So, like I'm getting some bits every showing, but there we go. So there is that. Denise. Where's Denise? Oh, hi, Denise. Welcome. So we're doing this card right now. And so far, we've got our base down and that. And this is going to go here. And let's see. I like that part over there. Now, also, we have leaves on this one. And I've already done them. And these are not the stamps like I did on the last one. These are using just the main die, which you could stamp. But I had another piece of that textured paper, subtle paper. And I thought, oh, I'll do it in white. And then, but I also wanted it in green with the white. So those are overlaid just like the flower is, only in Whisper White and Just Jade. And they are going to go like this and tuck under here. So actually, let me glue dot them together. And hope that my neighbors stop this nonsense. I'm going to put 2 on the back of these leaves. So I'm going to have to try and make sure I get them sort of where I want them. So let's figure this out first. And before I do that, then I'm going to do the same thing I did on the first card. Is I have a piece of adhesive sheets, and I've cut it just shy of the length of this. This is 1 inch, so I made this about 7/8 inch wide. And I don't remember, this is 4 inches, so this is probably 3.5. Yeah, something like that. So we're going to stamp thanks a bunch. Thanks a bunch. And we're going to do that in cinnamon cider. AFK means away from keyboard. Yes, I had to learn that too. The first time she did that, I was like, what? Away from keyboard. Meaning she's listening but can't be typing, like, you know, making dinner or doing something with the family or whatever. Okay. So I'm just trying to get this straight and sort of over to the left. And I am going with that. Woohoo! First try. Yay. Okay. And then, same kind of deal, except, oh, I maybe put it too far to the left. Well, maybe we won't do that part, and we'll just do the pointy part this time. That's using, again, the Banner Pick-a-Punch. And, yeah, I probably have too much on this side, but that's okay. We can just do it twice. Or even 3 times. Let's see. One more. 3rd time's a charm. Make sure we get it in there straight. Wait, what? Oh, chemo brain. Oh. Okay. Now this is a piece of Bumblebee. It's really just a smidge wider. It's a scrap. You could cut it, you know, to be a 1/4 inch wider or an 1/8 of an inch wider, but I had this scrap. So I'm just going to bring it in a little bit on that side and make a pencil mark on this side about here and cut it there, and then do the same thing. That's what we're going to do. Get these out of here so I don't lose them. I'm actually going to line that up a little better. There, like that. And you could use your little trimmer if you have one. And now let's do the same point. I just wanted a little bit of something to make it pop off the background again. And hope that that fits now. Yep. And there we go. Good enough, right? Slide it over this way a little bit. And I'm going to glue that down onto there. Oh. I used to love watching Big Bang Theory. Haven't seen it. I don't watch TV much anymore. When I didn't have my computer for a week, I did. And you know what I watched the whole time? Like twice I watched the news. And all the rest of the time I watched criminal investigation stories, like real life ones and stuff. There were different names for them, but they were basically all the same type of show. Because that's the only channel I could get to come in good other than news. And the news is just too, you know, not that that wasn't depressing too, but I am so sorry about my phone. I really don't know. I sometimes think my neighbors have it in for me. They're just going to continue to do that. Okay. So I thought, yep, I have an extra piece of this. We'll put that on the center of our sunflower again. This is the foam adhesive sheet. And we'll do the same thing. Dimensionals, not that sheet. Yeah. I lost my dimensionals. Here they are. Nope, that's the little ones. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I lost my dimensions. Here they are. I found them. I knew they had to be here somewhere. Been doing Netflix. I have Netflix on my computer. I don't have it for the TV when I don't have my laptop. That was the problem. So, but I haven't even been watching that much lately. I think I watched one movie right after I got my computer back. I just was like, okay, movie time. Comedy, some kind of a comedy. I don't even remember what it was. Must not have been a good one. Oh, Lucifer. I don't think I could do that. Yeah, I don't think I could. Especially right now. Sorry. Okay, so now we're using just the adhesive strip, which fits perfectly. And that way our label will not be flippy floppy. Flippy floppy. And the only requirement is to not have it go beyond that point. And I didn't flag the other end like I did on the first one. I think this one I'll put more straight along the edge over here. This one I put on a diagonal kind of on purpose. And yes, I know we didn't tuck the leaves under yet. We're going to do that here too. And just have them coming down from there in between the dimensionals that are in there. And then the only thing that's left is to use some of those same little embellishments. The in colors. Wow, sounds like one of those, yeah, demonic, you know, kind of shows. I don't know. I have no clue. I'm using, for accent this time, I'm using just jade to bring out the back of the paper. And I'm just using 3 on the label itself, maybe. There we go. That way we've got green, yellow, and white and cinnamon cider on the label. And same as in the background paper. And that is the front of our card. And then on the inside, what did I do? Nothing. I did nothing. Nada. I'm slacking. We're gonna do something. We're gonna use a strip of this. And I don't know, do I have another piece of Whisper White? I might. Well, we'll do one of them. Somebody's been really nice professional, and I have no idea what they're talking about. Anyway, it might have been a tree service, because we need tree people out here. And that is going to be 5 1/4. So we'll cut that down. I'm going to go ahead and cut another one because I need one for the other card as well. Even though I don't think I have another pre-cut piece of Whisper White yet. I actually finished a pack of Whisper White cardstock today, and I haven't gotten another one out yet. I have one, I just haven't gotten it out yet. So I'm down to my last, and this one's a little smaller, so I'll hold off on that. In case I need it for card 3 or 4. Oh, okay. See, I don't... Oh, he's the devil, but not really a bad guy? Okay. I don't know. I do like crime shows, but not like gory ones or really scary ones. I can't, because then I can't get them out of my head. And I have nightmares. I can't sleep, which happened to me last night. I actually had gone to sleep, and then I woke up at like 2:30, and then I couldn't get back to sleep. And it's because I watched some show, and then I couldn't get it out of my mind. There's the inside of the card, all done. And this one will be just identical. I'm going to stick this in here. And if I end up not using this, I'll just lop off another 1/4 inch and use that on the inside. Oh, you know what? On this one, I'm going to do the same thing. I did put 3 of the gems in cinnamon cider on the inside of in here. I think I'm going to cluster them a little closer together, though. Just add a little sparkle in the middle. Forgot about that. Oops. There we go. Oh, I got putty on it. There we go. Okay. That'll make it glimmer a little bit more. Pretty. Thank you, Philomena. Yeah, maybe. And maybe I will, Heather. Okay. I will try 1 or 2 episodes. I don't know. All right, so that is cards. Those are cards 1 and 2. And now, how are we doing for time? 8:04. We're doing good. All right. So the third card, we're going to go to Christmas. We're using the same papers. Now this time, we're not using the Celebrate Sunflowers. We're going to use the Four Season Floral, which is in the Beginner Brochure, not in the annual catalog. You know, this paper, Flowers for Every Season, is in a suite that goes with, has also the jar of flowers stamp set and the punch. And I was going to use this for the next card, but I decided not to. I used this one instead. So anyway, and then we're also going to use the Tasteful Label dies on this card and the next card. On this one, we're using this and this. And I'm going to just leave that one out. I already have pre-cut this. And in Pretty Poppy. Poppy Parade. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead, Brandy. Tell us. Tell us. So we have to do some stamping on this and coloring, so tell us your story. Real quick, I'll tell you, this is Poppy Parade. This is the Designer Series paper. It has that on the back. And these are, well, I'll call them modern poinsettias. And they're in 5.5 by 4, and we can go ahead and glue that down while Brandy tells her story. Which means she has to come back to the keyboard to type. Going to stamp the poinsettias, which are right here. And we're going to stamp that in Memento Tuxedo Black. Your son knew walked to the mailbox. He was running out. Running. Uh-oh. Is he okay? Not beat up too bad? As far as his knees and whatever. Elbows, hands, everything. Like, did you have to go to the emergency room, or is he just a little boo-boo? Okay. Sometimes when that happens, I think it hurts us more than it does them. Sometimes. Not always. Okay. So now we're going to color again. All right. We're just going to use Just Jade, light and dark, Poppy Parade, light and dark, and dark Mango Melody just for the centers. So let's do them real quick. Before I do that, let me make sure I put that in far enough that I can center this. Yeah, I should be able to. Always kind of important. I know, it is sad to see little ones crying. We have too much stuff on here, my computer's telling me, and it's going bonkety bonkers on us. So let me try and get things out of the way. Okay. Now maybe I do things backwards, but I like to do the leaves first. Well, actually, I like to do those berries first. I'm going to use the dark for them. I don't bother really shading them too much, although if you actually look at the paper, you can see how they did it and attempt it yourself. I say nobody's even going to notice. So we're just coloring them all one color. Another thing you can do, and I do like to do this sometimes. Oh. Poor little guy. Yeah, I know. They get excited though, don't they? Anyway, I'm using the color remover, and it takes a second to show that it's getting lighter. But you can kind of make round things look a little rounder, like balloons have a shiny spot and stuff. But I want to get them all on the same side. Not going to do a whole lot, but there. So on things like that, and just let it go for a minute, and hopefully it'll work and not make a liar out of me. It's not a really big area to see it, but I can see on this one the color is lightening. So I use dark and then it's lightening. Lightning strike. No, kidding. All right, I did go over this with the dark Just Jade, and I wasn't super careful about it. It's just wispy pine needles. And then I also did all the leaves. Oops, I missed a berry. I missed a berry. Oh, I'm sure that hurt. That stung. But it's a good thing to disinfect it with. Oh my gosh, did he need to go get stitches or anything? Oh. Other than childbirth, guess how many stitches I've had in my entire life? One. One. And it was right there. Ugh, long story. Suffice it to say, do not pry frozen hamburgers apart with a butter knife or any kind of sharp instrument. There you go. Thaw them some other way. And that's all I'll say about that. Okay. And it's kind of hard to tell, but I think these are part of the flower. So I'm just going to say the holly leaves and the leaves that are right at those berries are the only thing I'm going to put those stripes on, so I know where to color with my Just Jade light. Oh, that poor little fella. Oh, he's like, Mommy's torturing me. No, I'm sure he feels better now though, right? Hopefully. Hopefully. This too shall pass. Oh, you know what? Give him a freezer pop. My hope my son's not listening. Anyway, when my son was little, he got stung pretty bad by a bee, and it swelled up pretty bad. He was crying. He was little also, probably maybe even a little younger than your son or around the same. I don't know. Anyway, we gave him a freezer pop and told him that makes bumblebee stings feel better. And he grew up thinking that freezer pops made bee stings better. And well, it psychologically worked. And he did calm down and felt better and all that stuff. Now, obviously, if it was really something terrible, like he started swelling out of control, we would have not done that. But it was a hot summer day, and you know. Yeah, cruel parents. It helped. He stopped crying. He felt better. Made us feel better. It all worked. All worked. And it wasn't a fib. It did make him feel better. But it's not a cure, obviously. And you do have to be careful digging your bushes and stuff out if you do any gardening, because one time years ago, my mother used to have these beautiful azalea bushes, but they got too big, and she wanted to take them out and move them somewhere else and put something else in that flower bed. Anyway, she was digging them herself, and she lived alone at the time. And she hit an underground nest, and she ended up in the hospital. Very allergic to bees ever since that time. Any kind of sting, bees, wasps, you know, that kind of stuff. So, yeah. And she, as far as we knew, she hadn't been allergic before that, but she got stung by a lot. And, I think that did something to the system, you know, the immunity. Speaking of that, I called the nursing home, when did I call? Yesterday, after my other craft fair got canceled, because I hadn't heard anything, and I sort of knew the answer, but yeah, they're not having their craft fair. They're still in like lockdown mode. The residents stay in their rooms, no activities, that kind of stuff. So I feel so bad for those folks too, and for the people that work there. So I just got done using dark Poppy Parade, and now I'm just trying to blend in those lines a little bit, which I'm not doing a very good job of, with the light Poppy Parade. And then I might go back over right in the center part with the dark again. We'll see. We will see. And I'm using the nub end, I don't know. Stick to your fur, baby. Aw. No, parenting is not easy. That is for sure. Yes, mommies are hard on other mommies, and sometimes grandmommies are hard on mommies, and the other way around. Don't see eye to eye. I felt really bad. One year I moved out of state for a year. And when we moved back, I was going through a hard time. Anyway, I ended up living with my mom for, I couldn't take it more than like, I don't know, 3 or 4 so months, maybe 5. I can't remember. Anyway, my poor son basically had 2 mothers. Yeah, exactly, Brandy. I went in overload mode trying to I don't know. It's like you build immunity if you have like 1 or something. I don't build immunity though. Same with poison with me. But by the way, my poison is just about all gone. Doesn't itch anymore. The prescription worked. Yay. I took my last pill this morning. And I just know whenever I get that. Anyway, so what was I saying? Oh, moved to Tennessee. Anyway, my son ended up having 2 mothers, which was real, like my mom and me, and we don't do things the same way. We never We never really did. And so that was hard on everybody. And I realized I had to get out of there as soon as I could get on my feet and get a place of our own, which I did. And then we ended up in an apartment for 11 months. And then we bought this place right down the street from the apartments. Your cat had a bladder. He got admitted to the hospital. It was like 2. Yeah, oh my gosh. You know, right? Anyway, I'm done coloring, so story time must be just about over here. Which was good news to hear. I forget which one. What was good? Right, Justine, it is. My daughter just spent a whole bunch of money on her cat. It seemed like 3 different animals within a short period of time, neighbors' animals and hers, all seem to have developed blockages during this pandemic. Hi, Yvonne. Welcome. All of it. Yeah. Oh, porcupines. Oh my gosh. Oh, how awful. Our cat, even though she doesn't want to be, she is an indoor cat. But luckily, I have 3 seasons, I can let her out on the patio, which is not fully enclosed. And when I came up here, she was out there, but it's dark now, so I don't know. She likes the dark, though. She's definitely a night owl cat. So this is going to fit just like a picture frame. So pretty, right? And it'll put a nice little border around it. So I'm going to go ahead and die cut that. I'll be back. I'm just turning around. And you really only have to run it through once, but I like to bring it back to me most of the time. So this again is out of the Tasteful Labels dies. It goes right there. And I've already die cut this one in Poppy Parade, if I can figure out where it is. Here's our card. Here's this one, which also has a nice, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it has a nice edge on it. It looks more orangey there than it is. And this also has a nice edge around it. But it goes this way. So I have something on it there. So now we're going to glue these 2 together. And this is why you don't have a color right on your card with blends, because it will go through, especially if you're using like the white. It'll go through regular Whisper White and even the thick Whisper White. Not as much maybe, but it does. Now this is should be easy to line up because it has the curves. But you know, this is me we're talking about. So it probably could have been over that way a little bit more, but it's okay. Now we're going to bump that up on dimensionals. I have seen a coyote here actually too, Philomena. They look like a taller, lankier fox. That's what they look like to me, because I actually thought it was a fox, and then when we showed pictures to other like neighbors and stuff, they said, that's not a fox, too tall. Tail's not quite as bushy, that kind of thing. Yeah, I don't think I've ever, except in a zoo, seen a porcupine, which is fine by me. I have seen raccoons just this year around here, but I've seen them camping. And obviously skunks camping. Lots of deer. We have lots of deer and rabbits and chipmunks. And I think, unfortunately, I have a mole now, too. Okay. Just trying to place this sort of centered. I think that looks nice. And I decided on this card not to put a sentiment on the outside. But before we get into that, let's get our ribbon and our bling. So the bling we're using is my last 3 dots of the Gilded Gems. I actually have another pack. They're in the annual catalog. I believe they go with the Ornate Thanks, which was originally what I was going to use this this time. I can't figure out what I do with the ribbon. Here it is. So this ribbon is out of the All the Trimmings ribbon combo pack. It's Poppy Parade. The other one it comes with is, I think, Old Olive. Yes. They're both 1/8 inch gold trimmed satin ribbon, but one's in Poppy Parade and one's in Old Olive. Old Olive doesn't go with this. We're using Poppy Parade. And I did that because I feel like it just has just enough of a sparkle to add a little something something without too much on the front. Thank you, Denise. I live in Pennsylvania, southeastern Pennsylvania. About I'm like about 35 miles or close to an hour driving west of Philadelphia. Yeah. I'm not really in a suburb, although it's turning into one. I mean, I guess now it classifies as a suburb, but when I grew up around here, a little bit further east, we were like really remote, and the burbs were like right outside the city. But now everything is just becoming one big city line, if you will. It feels like, anyway, to me. There's just so much development lately, and I think I need to cut that shorter. And that one too, a little bit, not much. And the train line comes out a little further now too. In fact, that's when I was getting back on my feet back in that horrible time of my life. I was working in Center City and taking the train into work every day. And then they split, and I ended up, and they merged, they formed a joint venture with another company, and they based it in New Jersey. So guess what? I was driving every day to New Jersey, an hour and a half each way. That was brutal, particularly since I didn't work 40-hour work weeks either. I don't know. Do you think I need to cut that a little more? This one, yes. Sorry, I'm gabbing tonight. This is all about Deb night, huh? Never been there. Would love to see it. I've been to Chicago. I never lived there. A wood. Oh, we do have a woodchuck too. We call him a groundhog. Same thing, basically. He is huge. I've only ever seen one. I think it's the same one, and he is huge. I hope he doesn't have a hole like down along somebody's foundation like mine, or anybody's really, you know, because they can do some damage. But he's not starving, that's for sure. All right, we're going to use all 3 of these and get rid of this sheet, maybe. Put one here. And I think we'll put one up here. And then this little guy. I know I put it down here last time, but I think I'll put it here this time. That's what makes it enjoyable. Well, it shouldn't be, really. It should be all about you guys too. All right, so that's the outside. I can throw that piece of plastic out. Again, we just have 1/2 inch strip by 5 1/4. That looks too wide though. It is too wide. So let me cut that down to 4. Don't know how that happened. And I just put the lid in the glue, and I shouldn't have. We're just gonna, actually we're gonna stamp on this too. Let me stamp first so I know which way. We're gonna put Season's Greetings, since we have nothing on the outside. And that came out of the Lots to Celebrate stamp set right there. Okay. And we're going to do that in Just Jade, since the background's going to be poppy free. Get rid of my white thing. How did those berries do? They didn't really lighten up a whole lot. Yeah, I like the chit chat too. Makes the time go by faster. Oops. My stamp didn't stick to my block. And now I just got, all right, let me clean that off. I have to wet my back of my stamp a little bit because it's not sticking to the block good. There we go, I think. Which is bad if it comes off on your paper. There we go. All right, I'm going to turn this a little bit crooked and lean in. And go down a little bit. There. What do you think? I think it'll do. It's over to the right a little bit, but I wanted it there because this is going to go here. Well, I don't know. I've seen other channels where, like, well-known, not my upline, but some other well-known demonstrators have gotten on and said people come on and tell them that you talk too much, you have too much chit-chat, and her response, I guess, even though she has a lot more followers too than me, is, if you don't like the way I do it, then you don't have to watch it, but you don't need to be nasty about it too, you know? And that's how I feel. If you don't like it, then just go to a different channel. And I don't want you to leave though, so don't leave. But if you're going to be nasty, then yeah, you know, everybody has their preferences, and that is fine. That's what makes us all unique. But we don't have to get all nasty about it, right? That's the part I don't understand. Okay, so now we're just going to glue that into here. And that is card number 3. That's right. I do too. Obviously. In case you didn't notice that about me. Oh, yeah. Keeping it real. Having fun and keeping it real. Should change my channel name. Making cards while keeping it real. I actually, honestly, have been thinking about setting up another channel, which would have nothing to do with crafting, because sometimes I go watch channels that are not anything to do with crafting, and then, oh, wonderful, Denise. I think you'll like it. I like it. Have you had one already? That's true, Brandy. A lot of them are not. Oh, thank you, Yvonne. So anyway, there's card 3. So we have 3 so far. 1, 2, 3. I think, I don't know if I have a favorite. I actually kind of like these colors. But I like them all. Okay, so the next one, I don't have one pre-made to show you because I was just playing around before we came on. I pulled out Just Jade and Misty Moonlight and Whisper White and this piece of paper out of the Flowers for Every Season. And this is what's on the back, which actually, now that I've seen that, it would be nice to have a piece of paper with that pattern on it in the back, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want to use up too much paper. It's basically the same pattern as this one, but in Just Jade, see? It makes a really nice background. So this is cut 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. So this is cut 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. And we are going to glue that together. She's in Canada, eh? I used to come up to Canada, to Ontario, to fish with a friend that I have, but I won't be doing that anymore. And actually, I just realized that my passport expired this year, because I clearly remember 10 years ago flying home from overseas for Easter and to get an emergency renewal of my passport at that time so that I could go back overseas, which I did. I was overseas for 10 months that year in 2010. Yay, Heather with flowers and clap. Let me see. Yay, 100 subscribers. Woohoo! Yay! I do edit my videos sometimes, although here's a little funny thing too. So today, I've been doing lives on the webcam now. This is not my phone. This is my webcam. And sometimes still my phone now that I know how to do it. So anyway, I was recording a video. Well, one thing I hadn't checked when I got my computer back was whether I had my editing software still on there, which was a free version of Movie Maker. So I went and looked up Movie Maker I was searching for it in my files, like for an application, and it popped up and it said, Movie Maker cannot be downloaded for Windows 10. I'm like, what? I had it already. So anyway, I found it, but it made me agree to some Microsoft thing. Probably, I don't even know what it said. It probably said something like, you're using outdated software, we're not responsible, or whatever. I don't know. But I signed it because I agreed to it because I wanted to be able to edit my video this morning, my morning video, which is one of the reasons. It was a little later getting up, but not the only reason. Anyway. Oh, the liquor. And the casino. You know what? They're all over the place here now. All right, so there's the card. No, I'm kidding. So I already stamped this. I feel I'm cheating you guys, but here's what I did. Let me figure out how big this piece of paper is. Actually, what I did is I had a 1-inch wide and a real long strip of Whisper White, but and I stamped this little flower on it in Memento Tuxedo Black, and I just colored it in Dark and Light Misty Moonlight and Dark and Light Just Jade. And it's about 2.5 inches by 1/2 inch. And then I cut a piece of Misty Moonlight. Boy, that looks crooked to my eye right now. A 1/4 inch wider and longer. So we're going to glue that together. I was gonna, try and get this done and then do another one with you, but I didn't get that far before I had to go live. Okay, so that is going to go about right there, and we're going to glue it down. Then bring back those handy dandy tasteful label dies, and we're using these two. This one I stamped Thank You in Just Jade, which is out of that same Four Season Floral, which again, this is in the beginner brochure. So if you just look online, you can either search on Four Season Floral. This stamp set is only $14, guys. And it's got the poinsettia, the roses, the daisy. They're small. I mean, the whole stamp set is, like the size of this. But they're cute, and they go with the Flowers for Every Occasion suite of products, clearly. So anyway, I die cut this in Misty Moonlight, and we're going to put that over this like this. And then we're going to put the thank you in there because the stitching shows up so nicely. Now, the thing is, I haven't gotten so far as to decide whether I want ribbon or not. So before I glue any of that down, this is where I was thinking about using this twine. Yeah, it's a good price, right? Pretty sure it is. I'm sure it is because I know I bought it. Well, I didn't. I actually got it from my upline. That was one of my things. Yes, exactly. Kind of like a paper pumpkin size. That's exactly it. But it's just the stamp. There's no dies. So if I wanted to cut that out, I would have had to fussy cut it. Just trying to play around here and see. Maybe we'll just put a sparkly little bow right there in that corner. I'm going to have this go over top that, and it'll be up on dimensionals, where this one will be glued down. And then I think just a little sparkly ribbon in the corner there. That's what I think my plan is. You want the big sunflower. Yep, that's a beautiful set. I don't think you'd be disappointed in that at all. The stamp and the die that goes with it. Well, I know you don't always get the dies because of the scan and cut and stuff, but you know, I like my dies. So Justine is still having a party in case people came in late. It goes till the 29th. So if you would like to place an order and help her out, that would be great. I think I put that up a little higher than I was originally going to. That's okay. It's all good. And I do have one more dimensional. So we had to snip. We had to do some snipping. And that way. Sorry, my chair is squeaky. Or it's not really squeaky. It's it's getting old and making weird noises. You want okay? Yeah, it is. It is a pretty one. That twine is really super pretty. I love the sparkle in it, the silver. So another way to do this would be to add a little silver foil behind stuff, but I kind of like it the way it is. Now make sure that's straight. Yep. Okay. And my ribbon snips are the Stampin' Up snips, which they are called paper snips, but I use my Stampin' Up ones most of the time only for ribbons and twine. Now this twine, because it has silver wrapped around, it does have a tendency to unwind. So you just have to be a little careful when you're handling it. If you don't want it to unwind, that maybe it look like you might want to fray the ends. And I do think I'm going to put it right there, or right. No, I like it better on the thing. And on the twine, I obviously don't use a needle. I just take a piece of tape and hook it onto the spool so I don't lose it. Yeah, your body. Yeah, except you're not old. Not a like a Mia. Not a like Mia. Okay. And I think, okay, we have to do something with the inside. Maybe I cut that too short. No, that's all right. Let's see. Maybe some of these blings again. And I think, do I want them in green, just jade, or blue? If I do, I think the green, actually. Let's try it. Maybe one over here. Here. One more. Have to do threes, ones, twos, or threes. And I think right there, actually. There we go. Now, for the inside, I just brought out Misty Moonlight. Hopefully I cut them right. Isn't that pretty? Love that paper. Love that paper. They get better and better. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Philomena and Michelle. You guys are so nice. Makes me want to keep doing this. All right, I have some scraps paper. That one's too little. Let's see if I have any long, skinny ones of this other than this. Because when I have big pieces like this, I hate to cut it off, but I only will cut off 1/2 inch. Does not look like I have any other thinner pieces of that. So let me cut a 1/2 inch off. And I'm going to cut it off this part because I don't want to cut into that pretty big flower there. And 1/2 inch. All right. And 5 1/4. Actually 5, I think, because the blue, the Misty Moonlight is 5 1/4. And I think this is 5. Yep. So we'll cut that down to 5. And glue that on first. Thank you, Justine. We know. Oh. Well, we're all getting better and better with age too, right? Oh my goodness. We are. We're getting better and better with age. In many ways. Okay. So I will show Justine's party code in just a minute. If you're interested, if you're in the US and interested in any products, we would love for you to help out her party, which goes till the 29th of September. I didn't get that on so straight. Come on, Deb. You can do this. You can do this. Did I get it crooked again? Still crooked, isn't it? Gonna do like Xanadu, like fine wine. There you go. I like wine, but I can't drink it much. It gives me a headache. I don't drink much anyway. Lately, I don't drink at all. Like for the last year, probably. Yes, and thank you to those who already have placed orders, and a couple of you twice. I really appreciate that as well. So there's that card. It's a nice, beautiful thank you card, which I guess is supposed to be winter paper, but I think that could be all season. I just think it's beautiful. So, and I have to say, that's probably my favorite, just because, you know, it's blue and green and blue and blue. So here's our cards. This one. So these two we're using to celebrate sunshine. Sunflowers. I really want to get a sunflower. Now this one. Oh, you know what? This one we didn't end up using this piece of Whisper White. So let's go ahead and put that in too. You like number 2, the one I'm doing now? Fixing the green with the die cut sunflower. It is pretty. I like them all, actually. I think that goes like this. Let's do it like this so that sunflower is up at the top. Actually, let's slide it down. And so we're cutting off the little piece of white at the bottom instead of the sunflower at the top. Okay. And we'll just stick that in that card. And this is a little bit smaller piece of Whisper White than I usually put in, but it's okay. All right, so there's 2. And then here's 3, which now we're switching to the Four Season Floral stamp set with the Celebration label dies. And there we go. I can't fit them all on here. So thank you so much for joining me tonight, everyone. I had a blast. You guys are a lot of fun, and I appreciate your company. Thank you, Yvonne. Oh, I like pina coladas too, and strawberry daiquiris, and Captain and Ginger. Captain and Ginger I like because it's smooth and it doesn't give me a headache. Thank you very much, Terry. Yeah, that blue is called Misty Moonlight. It's one of the in colors by Stampin' Up this year. All of these, the Just Jade, well, not the Poppy Parade, but the Just Jade, the Bumblebee, the Cinnamon Cider, the Misty Moonlight, and then one we didn't use tonight, Magenta Madness. They're all the in colors for 2020 to 2022. And here's Justine's party code. So if you're interested in anything, please, 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 through through September 29th, use her code. You're welcome, Justine. Oh, thank you, Nix. I'm glad you had fun. You're welcome, Michelle. Yes, lives every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Most of the time, every Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern, also live. And then hopefully soon I'll get back in the swing of Sunday stamping, which will be video at 5 p.m. or later, 5 p.m. or later on Sundays. And that'll just be a video. Thank you, Brandy. Yeah, it was fun chatting. So anyway, yeah, Justine's party's going on till the 29th. Please help her out. She's getting there. We need a little more, a little more in orders. Tell your friends. Okay. What's tomorrow night? Yeah, I should be able to watch that tomorrow night. Oh, me too, Terry. I think I said this last time I was on live. This year's in colors are my favorite of the last. I mean, I had a few favorite ones of the last 3 years, but this whole group of colors is my favorite in colors that they've had since I started in 2018. Now, Pretty Peacock is right up there on my list too. That's still current, but it's last year's color. And there were some other ones too. Like I like Lovely Lipstick and Blueberry Bushel and stuff, but I really like these colors. If I don't ask to work. Oh, yeah. All right, guys, I am going to let you go. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great rest of your week. Great, what do they call Hump Day Wednesday, right? And stay safe. And try not to be like me and let all this news and everything get to you. Because, yeah. But, you know, but also pay attention and be aware of your surroundings and stuff. And peace to everybody. And much love. Bye for now. Hope to see you Friday for jewelry and also my live. Yeah, it's out of our control. That's right. All right, everyone. Talk to you soon. Chris. Yeah, you'll have to watch the replay, but you won't be able to talk. Sorry. Tuesday nights at 7 Eastern, which I think is an hour earlier for you, later for you. I don't know. I forget which way it works. It's okay. You can come back and see it. These are the cards we made. So thank you for coming at least. And Justine's party is still going on if you're interested in anything. And I'll flash that host code up one more time. There we go. There's her host code. Okay. Good night, everyone. Take care, and you can always email me too. See you next time. Bye.